Hey, what's up everyone? Ralph here. So in this video, we have a woman who says she's up to her eyeballs when it comes to student loan debt. And it has her stressed out so much that she's like really considering just living off the grid because it's the stress of with the finances is driving her crazy. And she's like, it's getting to a point where she just wants to live off the grid. So I'm just going to let her talk and then I'll share my thoughts afterwards.
I'm so fucking irritated right now. Fuck you, Department of Education. Fuck you, Sally Mae. Fuck you, PNC Bank, okay? I was 17, 18 years old going to college my first time, okay? And that lady sat in that room and had me sign my motherfucking life away. By myself, mind you, because I've been living on my own since I was 16. So I had no guardian, no parent with me. I was hoping and trusting that these people were going to be honest with me. Long story short, I am up to here in student loans. I think since I graduated in 2009, 2010, then I went to cosmetology school, but that's irrelevant. I think my student loans have been sold to 2 or 3 different companies.
All right. So she said she was hoping that, the lady that she was speaking with was going to be honest with her. I mean, obviously she didn't go into detail, so it's hard to be like, all right, what was she not honest with you about? Did she tell you, did she give you a different number? Like she said, all right, this is how much we're going to give you and this is how much you owe. And then this is how much you're going to be paying monthly. Like, did she not explain that to you? Because I mean, obviously she wasn't giving you money for free. You're taking on a loan, so you're gonna have to pay that back. So I'm not really sure what she meant by, you hope that she was going to be honest with you because you're taking on a loan and that's what you got to pay back. That's your responsibility. And I get it. You're young. However, you came to her, right? You wanted to get into cosmetology school and you obviously didn't have the money. So you had to take on a debt in order to attend the school. Just like a lot of us, like we all understand that, hey, when we don't have the money, we got to take on a student loan. And hopefully, this is a career that's going to help us make money in the long term. And of course, and this is choices. These are choices that you make, right? This is life. Like we all have to be accountable. We all have to be responsible. And it sucks that you have to make it at such a young age. However, that's life. These are things that we all have to deal with. And eventually you have to pay it back. And that's just what you got to do. So let's let her continue.
What they want you to pay a month is ridiculous, okay? Do you see the world? Do you see the economy? Do you see what is going on right now? I am not paying you jack shit, okay? You can call my phone as many times as you want. You can send me letters in the mail as many times as you want. I go on these programs and deferments and all this other bullshit that's going to f*** me in the end because I have to. Not because I want to, because I have to. Because I don't have $700, $800, $900 a month to send for my student f***ing loans.
Well, I mean, look, you say you're not going to pay, but, there's a thing called wage garnishment. So, I mean, whether you want to pay it or not, if you got a job, they're going to come for that money. Like, you're not going to be able to stop that. So, you don't have to pay. You don't have to pick up the phone. But when you're dealing with these federal loans, man, if it gets to a point where they need to garnish your wage, if you got a job, then that's where they're going to get their money. So, I mean, you can be rebellious all you want and say how much you're not going to pay. They're going to get you, whether they get it through your wage or they get it through your tax returns. Okay, so they're going to get it one way or another. Okay, so you might as well try to figure out a way or come up with a solution, man. You can't solve a problem that you don't own. So
I think there should be a program that if you are out of school and you don't work in the field or whatever the fucking case may be, you should be able to file for forgiveness.
Really? Like, you know how many people do that? You know how many people go to school, graduate, and then get a job in a field that they never went to school for. People will be asking for loan forgiveness all over the place. All right, like no, that is not the way things work. And let's be honest, there are people that didn't go to college. All right, that didn't go to college. You think it should be on them to pay off your student loan, your student debt, right? Right, they're supposed to pay off your bad choices in life. What about the other people that pay off their student loans? They should also pay for your bad choices that you made? No, that's not how it works. You took on the responsibility. It's your responsibility to pay off the debt. Even if you find out you come to regret it later on. That's your responsibility. Life is about choices. We all make choices, and we all have to be accountable for the choices that we make, whether we like it or not. That's called being an adult, right? And I get it. It sucks, but that's just the way it is, right? You went to cosmetology school. If you're not doing that, then that's your choice. That's the choice that you made. Nobody should be given forgiveness because you're not in the field. You're not, the job that you're in is not in the field that you went to school for. That's just not the way life works. Okay?
That school was a joke. It ended up going bankrupt. It ended up getting rebought. And then the student loans have been sold multiple times. I just called and canceled one of my credit cards, Premier Credit Card. It was a credit building credit card that I got years ago. And I've always made my payments on time. I always did what I was supposed to do. They gave me credit increases when I didn't even request them, whatever, no big deal. But to pay a yearly fee to have a credit card is fucking stupid, okay? Especially with somebody that has a credit score at 700. Why am I paying you $80 a year to have a fucking credit card?
Again, because you made that choice to do it, right? Look at man, when you look at this is so easy. Like when you're filling out, you're applying for a credit card. It tells you, all right, there's going to be a yearly fee of $80. You sign the paper and apply for. You agreed to pay the $80. Why are you then mad that you got to pay $80 when you agreed to do it? Right? No one forced that application. See, what I'm seeing is a person that doesn't want to be accountable for the decisions they made with their life. Right? They make choices, they regret the choices, and then they find a way to blame somebody else for the choices that they made. Zero accountability. Okay? Like no one forced that credit card down your throat. $80, you applied for it. You said, oh, I like this credit card. I need a credit card, $80. Okay, cool. Let me sign it and let me get the credit card. And now you mad you got to pay $80? Like that makes no sense. You made the choice to do that. Like you said, okay, I'll do this. You agreed to the terms. No one forced the terms down your throat. But this is a person that doesn't want to be accountable for the choices that they made in life, right?
That I don't even use. I'm damn near paying fucking interest rates and monthly fees and shit that you guys are just accruing onto the card, and there isn't even a balance that I have put on there. I am like this close to just shutting everything down in my life and going fucking hermit crab style and just going off the grid. I swear to goodness fucking gracious, I'm ready to go off the grid. I really am. I don't even have the energy to do self-care anymore for myself because I'm so fucking stressed.
Yo, look at man. Yo, that might be the best thing for her. Like, just go off the grid because you are not making good choices. Like, you're really not. You need to stop. You need to just go off the grid and just chill, relax, and find yourself because your choice that you're making in life is not working out. And yes, it is stressful. Like it is stressful when you're trying to do these things by yourself. It's very stressful. It's very difficult. But like I said, you make choices in life, right? And you have to figure out how to solve your own problems, right? But the first thing you need to do is you need to own these problems. Right? It doesn't look like you're owning these problems. Like, it seems like you're blaming other people for why things are not going right in your life. Right? In order to solve a problem, you first have to own it, and she's not doing that. All right. So maybe going off the grid, even though going off the grid is not gonna solve her problems either. Like, I mean, because I don't know what going off the grid entails for her. But things gotta be paid, and you gotta get food, you gotta get clothing, you gotta get housing, you got shelter. These are all things that you need. And how you gonna solve these problems, I don't know. But you're gonna have to figure it out. You're an adult, you gotta figure that out. So those are my thoughts. Interested to hear your thoughts. Make sure to leave a comment down below, hit the like button, share. If you haven't done so, then make sure to subscribe. All right, so guys, take care. Have a good one. Later.